So then I ran into this thing where my daughter went from I love my dad to let me see what I can get out of him. And when she started looking at me as access to like material things,
You were an ATM. Now all of a sudden you weren't dad, you were an ATM.
broke me. Because it was like, I only want to be around him if I can get something out of him.
So let me ask you this. Did you sit down and have a conversation? How did you come to this realization that it was, yes, this is my child, but my child only wants to be around me because of what the access that she has to things, perfume, jewelry, clothes, makeup, whatever the case may be.
It's heartbreaking. It's heartbreaking because it's like, my daughter saved my life. I'm not a very motivated person. And when we went and got that ultrasound and they said it's a girl, I knew I couldn't be a mediocre man anymore because it would affect how she viewed men in general.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So recently, Ryan Davis went on a podcast and made this statement about his 10 years old daughter, insinuating that his daughter is a gold digger who only wants him for what she can get from him. He stated that previously his daughter used to be a daddy girl that loved him so much, but at some point he got to realize that his daughter only wants him for what she can get from him. As you all know, him and his wife are divorced and the children are with their mother. So he's taking money to them and taking care of them financially. So that was the reason why he made that statement. But this got a lot of people angry. A lot of people are saying that black men do not view black women as people who are deserving of love. A lot of people have made video talking about their own experience with their father and how their father often favor other of their children that are not black over the black girl child in the family. Guys, let's get into people stating their opinion and also people who have told story about their experience with their father who have this kind of mentality. But what I'm asking is, what could make a man say something like this about a child, a 10 years old child? We are talking about a 10 years old child. What is that thing that 10 years old child wants that will make you feel like they only want you for your money? Is it Chanel bag? Or maybe she wants you to buy her house. I want to understand what a 10 years old child will want from you that will make you feel like, oh, this person wants me for my money. Before I rant too much, let's get into people's reaction. Then I'll come back and give you my full opinion because I have a lot to say.
Hear me out, because what I'm about to say could be considered controversial. But if you don't want your daughter, or more specifically your kids, to look at you as the person that they could get things from, then who do you want them to look at? So for those of you who haven't seen the interview, the comedian Ryan Davis sat down with Shannon Sharpe, and he talks about how his relationship changed once his daughter started looking at him as someone that she can get things from. Now, I have two immediate thoughts. One is that she only wants to be around you if she can get things from you. That probably says something about you. That's number one. Number two is that it's normal for kids to look at their parents as the people who provide for them. That's not abnormal. But the only wanting to be around you if she can get something from you part is definitely about you and less about her. I'm also tired of Shannon Sharpe doing these interviews because he's not an actual interviewer, where he is biased and his biases show up and he starts agreeing with the person he's interviewing, especially because this is coming from someone like him who refused to help his daughter when she asked him for money. Like, I don't think this is the right platform for this.
After Shannon Sharpe decided to give that palm-colored woman millions because it was a decision that he made, and he could barely even want to have the gumption to want to give his daughter $30,000 for a wedding, I refuse to ever watch a podcast episode of him. But I've been seeing that Ryan Davis clip circulate around, and I want to talk about it. Every time a black man has a daughter, he sees the struggle of his mother that he had to grow up seeing. He sees that and wants to project that onto his black daughter. Black men romanticize the struggle that their mothers have had to go through. It's literally a beautiful fiction tale in their brain. It literally is a beautiful thing that they got to see their mother struggle. They want to turn their black daughters into the black mother that they got to experience. That is the reason why they have such a strong aversion to wanting to raise daughters and actually have them be privileged and spoil them. And also, a lot of it has to do with these black men don't like how they look. And if their daughter looks like how they look, they're going to have a hard time giving to that daughter. Because there is one black celebrity who always is talking about how her father spoiled the fuck out of her. Her father spoiled her to no end. Lisa Ray. Lisa Ray. Look at how Lisa Ray looks. And then look at how Shannon Sharpe looks. And then look at how Ryan Davis looks. I don't know how Lisa Ray's father looks, but I'm pretty sure he don't look like Shannon Sharpe, and I'm pretty sure he don't look like Ryan Davis. If you get it, you get it. If you know what the fuck I'm hinting at. If their daughters looked like more of their preference, they would be spoiling them. I am a firm believer that fathers, especially black fathers, they only see their daughters in one of two ways. A slave that is representative of his mother, or his preference of a woman that he wants to fuck. And it's really that simple. And so because both of their daughters are not representative of the women that they want to fuck, they want to see them struggle. They want to see them be a slave like how their mother had to be a slave. They want to see their daughters go through hell and back because they see their own mother in their daughter. Because their daughter does not look like the type of woman that they would want to give money to. Because we already know these men have no problem giving other races of women money.
So Ryan Davis went on the Shannon Sharpe show and unprovoked, mind you, proceeded to throw his 11-year-old daughter under the bus by saying that she only calls him now when she wants something, and that while she used to be a daddy's girl, now she's materialistic, and has essentially called his 11-year-old daughter a gold digger. Now, I'm not going to get into all of my thoughts on the matter because I'm hopping on a podcast with my girl Lil Lo to talk about it in depth, but one topic that I want to discuss based on this conversation is the way that some black dads will escape their own accountability through the adultification of their daughters. And because instead of atoning for and taking responsibility for your role and why your daughter now only sees you as a wallet, you position it as it's her fault. You didn't do anything wrong. She just up and only wants you for your money, and that's it. As if she's a grown-ass woman and not an 11-year-old child responding to the precedent you probably set. So you adultify her in your rationale for her behavior. You then proceed to go on as large of a platform as the Shannon Sharpe show to throw your child under the bus when she cannot defend herself at the same time because she's a child, subjecting her to internet scrutiny as if she is not 11 years old. You positioning yourself as a victim to your 11-year-old child's behavior now has grown-ass men calling your child out her name in the comments of these videos. You want us to feel sorry for you, but in my humblest of opinion, any father who is willing to subject their child to that kind of scrutiny isn't a dad that I would consider a great dad. I'm just saying. Because you being more pressed about being viewed as a victim than protecting your daughter, no matter what the story is, very telling of your character and very telling of why she only sees you as a wallet.
I'm happy that Shannon Sharpe and Ryan Davis conversation happened because it's sparking conversations about black men and their lack of willingness to protect and provide for black women. Now, we know that their lack of protection of black women and their lack of willingness to provide for black women has always been a thing. But what Ryan Davis said about his 11-year-old daughter is really highlighting and shedding light on the fact that the lack of protection and the lack of provision starts when we are little girls. And I'm really happy that this is getting the spotlight that it deserves, because I too have a dad that's like Ryan Davis. My dad growing up, so he never provided for me and my sister. But and we're his only 2 daughters. I'm his oldest daughter, and my sister is his second daughter. He has 4 kids. It goes me, his son that he had on my mom, my sister, and then his last child. Now, his first 3 children are black. We have black moms. And the 2 black moms, he did hella shiesty. His 4th child, which is his only biracial child, is a child that he has with a white woman, who I believe she claims indigenous roots, whatever. She's not black. But his willingness to provide and protect this woman her whole entire life is outrageous, because he refused. Like, anytime me and my sister needed anything from him, we were treated like burdens, like we were asking for too much, we wanted too much, we needed too much. It was an unpleasant experience. He made it seem like he was being pained by needing to provide for us. And I can only imagine how he treated my mom, and I can only imagine how he treated his second black baby mama, right? But the third baby mama, the non-black one, he still takes care of to this day. He also took care of her family. Her mom lived with them for many years up until her passing. Her dad lived with them for some time up until his passing. Her nephews stayed with them, and he raised the nephews because they were around the same age as his child with the non-black woman. And they all were raised together practically like brothers, and they didn't miss out on anything. And it's just crazy. It's really crazy. Like, this is how a lot of these black men are. And the lack of support, the lack of provision, the lack of protection for black women starts when we are little girls. It starts when we are little girls, because I was a black little girl that didn't get the protection and the provision and the support from my dad. And the Ryan Davis and the Shannon Sharpe conversation is showing that it's not just, like, I wasn't the only black girl that experienced a black dad like this. There are so many other grown black women now who can look back at their childhoods too and see, yes, they also had a dad like that. This is why there's this, the idea of the strong black woman, because why we had to be strong, right? We had to, because we didn't have daddies that was willing to step up to the plate. But my dad is so happy to take care of a non-black woman. And I remember when I watched that Ryan Davis video, or when I first seen it, my first thought was, wow, like, if his daughter was a little mixed girl, he would be so honored to be providing for her. He would be so honored that she was asking him for things and treating him like an ATM. He would love it, okay? Even if she wasn't his biological daughter and she was of a mixed ancestry, or hell, if he got with somebody that was not black and she had a child who if she came to a child in the relationship and the child was not of black ancestry, he would have eagerly jumped at the opportunity to take care of that child.
Ryan Davis, the comedian, was on Shannon Sharpe's podcast, and he's being interviewed. Now, Ryan self-funded his own comedy special. Love that for him. Shout out. And he's promoting it. And while he's promoting it, he spoke about the falling apart of his relationship with the mother of his children. And in this part that was clipped by choice by Shannon Sharpe, his team, his producers, that was then a collaborative post that Ryan had to accept, knowing that it would then reach the masses of all of their fan bases. In this clip, with a photograph of his 10-year-old daughter in the background, Ryan talked about the separation and how she used to be a daddy's girl. I don't know how far back you have to go for a 10-year-old to be classified as something being used to be. She only been here 10 fucking years. But she used to be a daddy girl, and now she's a gold digger and only sees him as an ATM. And then he described his son, looks at him like he's Superman. But in the back of his mind, he's like, if my son really knew who I was. Well, it sounds like your daughter isn't a gold digger. It sounds like she has discernment. Run me them pockets, nigga, because you have nothing else to offer. But I'll digress. This isn't about Ryan so much. I just want to give y'all the background. This is about, for me, one, if you wanted to talk about your daughter, I still think that's a foul-ass play, and I think that's ignorant as fuck and not a good stewardship of being the protector of your children. But putting the picture up there is out of fucking line. So many of y'all sit online every fucking day, and you want to talk about protecting children and safety and shielding children from certain experiences. You don't want your child to watch heated rivalry, but you want thousands of black men in the comments calling your child a gold digger and the byproduct of her ain't shit mama. You don't want your children understanding about neo-pronouns, but you want the kids at your child's school to be laughing because her daddy called her a gold digger and she walking around with a puff and ball-balls, and the whole time all she wanted was to go to fucking Chuck E. Cheese. If you ain't got it, nigga, just say you ain't got it.
Yeah, the truth of the matter with the Shannon Sharpe and Ryan Davis conversation is that they don't believe black women, and definitely dark-skinned black women, deserve shit. They don't think they deserve shit, and they think that they were built and made for abuse and trauma. And that's what they're built for, and that's what they're made for. And and even if they are their child, supporting them financially, helping them get through the world, is a transgression against the status quo, which is dark-skinned black women in general should be oppressed and should be abused. So we're talking about conversations about status quo, right? The status quo in the white supremacist American matrix means more than empathizing and caring for a human being that they helped birth. This is what it is. Not even just matrix, a hallucination. I was raised by my father, and I was abused in all the ways, like physically, going to school with huge welts on my face, for doing things like accidentally knocking over a lamp. I would have a huge welt on my face. I once was beat severely. I wanted to go to Times Square for the ball drop, so I think about four or five, and because I wanted to go to Times Square for the ball drop, I ended up getting violently beat with a broom on the floor. So I was on the ground and I was beat severely.
So I seen the clip of Ryan Davis on Shannon Sharpe's podcast where he was talking about how his daughter used to be a daddy's girl and she grew up to be a little bit older where she only saw him for what he could do for her. I watched the clip, I understood what he was saying, and then I went to the comments and I see people talking about, why are you trying to blame your 10-year-old daughter for your relationship? And I'm like, we couldn't have watched the same video. They were going in. I seen think piece after think piece, comment after comment, retweet after retweet, talking about as if he just put the whole blame on his relationship with his daughter on his daughter. When the whole time he was reflective in saying that because him and his ex-girlfriend, ex-wife broke up, they had to go through a custody battle where he wasn't around as he was at first. So that then created the distance between them, that she fell out of the daddy's girl stage where she wanted to be around him, do things with him, and enjoy him, that she just started to say, I'm going to call my dad for whatever he can do for me. He's just speaking on a situation that he noticed, that their relationship became transactional.
After getting dragged by the internet, he made a video calling people who are dragging him dumb. He said that how can people misinterpret whatever he said? And I'll let you watch what he said.
Have people always been this stupid? I didn't know. I've cultivated an audience of people who can critically think. So maybe I've been in a bubble. I didn't know people were this stupid. Why ain't y'all warn me? I'm in the comment section of these Shannon Sharpe clips, and I'm like, I know they're captioned a certain way, but you can hear me in the video. You can hear me in the video. Let me give you an example of what I mean. There's a video going around about Drewski. In the video, I say, I defend comedy over anything. I'm more of a comedian than I am a person. When people say offensive stuff, I'll be like, was it funny? I actually like the way he put that together. And then people got from that I'm hating on Drewski. And that I think we should worry about how offended people are when it comes to comedy. I didn't say that. I literally don't say it in the video. And in the video, Shannon Sharpe has a smooth face. Do y'all know he has a beard now? He has a full beard. So the interview was like 2 months ago. How could I be talking about Drewski's pastor sketch 2 months ago when it came out a few days ago? People's inability to critically think is like crazy. I'm like, nah, have people always been this stupid? And I just shielded myself from it, or is this the thing? Also, the video about my daughter. People are like, I'm calling my daughter a gold digger. I'm blaming her and all kinds of stuff. In the video, I literally say she used to be a daddy's girl. And the reason it became transactional is because, and I could see that she still wants to be a daddy's girl, but there's a fear to get close to me because that closeness was taken away before. I say that in the video, which means I'm not blaming her. I'm talking about the lack of safety that I've made her feel that I'm trying to get back. How did that turn into being about the child? I'm saying to fathers that don't put yourself in a position to where you have to win your children back. That's the conversation. I know it's captioned a certain way, but you can hear me say these things. People's inability to critically think, is this the norm? Have people been this stupid the whole time? And because I sectioned myself off to a certain part of social media, because you have to be able to critically think to even enjoy my comedy. Did I make an audience for myself that where I could not see how stupid people are nowadays? I don't mean to call y'all stupid. It's just like the inability to critically think to me means you're kind of dumb. I don't know.
Imagine coming on the internet blaming netizens for reacting to what you said. We are talking about a child here, right? Sit down and ask yourself, what could a child of 11 or 10 years want from you that will make you think that they only want you for money? Like, they're so innocent. All their life, they see people around them, it's either their mom or their dad or their both parents as providers. If they need anything, they go to you and say, give me this. I don't understand, honestly. I feel so irritated hearing all those things. When I first heard the whole video, I was thinking the person they were talking about is around 30 years or something like that. But they are talking about a child, an innocent child that see you as protector and provider. I feel like some people don't deserve to have children, but the thing is, be able to take care of a child, you bring them into this world, then blame them for depending on you. I feel like there are some things that don't supposed to come on the internet. There are some things you don't supposed to say, no matter what. Even if they ask you, just keep it to yourself, because imagine growing up and going on the internet and watch a video of your father saying this kind of thing about you. So this is the reason why people are saying that a lot of black men do not view black women as people who are deserving of taking care of, or people who are deserving of getting anything good. But guys, I want to know what you think in the comment section. If you go to the comment section, you see all these headless people on the internet calling a child a gold digger, for wanting something from her father. If you did not provide for your child, who will provide for your child? A 10 years old child, who will do that for you?